So here we have this week's sneaker releases, and there's quite a few to get through. Adidas X100 Thieves collection, and this is a particular collection with I think the Palos heels it's called, and there's also a Adidas slide and another pair called the Savage Trail, which I've never heard of, but more like a trail shoe, similar to I suppose a Salomon. And all three pairs not amazing, I suppose, for me personally. I think the only one that I like is the Palos heel silhouette. It seems to be maybe a slightly more durable material. I think these are also coming out at the wrong time as well. And I think 100 Thieves are an esports a group, I think, as far as I know, from what I read. And something which I have managed to cop is the Air 180 Blluebird, and these released a couple of days early here in the UK and EU. And I just went out and just actually grabbed them, so hopefully get those in the next couple of days and try and put a review up for these soon as well. And an OG colorway which I really like, and just a really clean one for the summer. And then also we have the Air Max TL 2.5 Chrome, and this is another release that's come out, and I think for me I do want a pair of these because I do feel they're nice, but I'm just seeing what colorways go on sale, I guess, and then I probably will pick up a pair, maybe the blue and black version that came out. And then also we have for Grey Day during this month from New Balance is the 1906 Loafer, and another nice one. I'm just finding that with this particular silhouette I'm not finding the right size, especially in the mesh versions. I just feel like they either run too small or too big, or I went half size up in these and basically end up getting heel slippage. And then half size down is just way too tight, so I just can't find the happy medium. But the leather pair seems to be fine. It's just mainly the mesh pairs. And then also from Asia we also got the debut of the Nike AE1, and there's been a few different drops. I think there was an original one, I can't remember the colorway, and then there's pearl white colorway coming out, and the blue version, which look nice but slightly more on the sort of feminine side. And then also we have three colorways of the Pegasus Premium. One is inspiration from the Forrest Gump colorway with the white and red swoosh and the blue around the midsole. I kind of like the pure platinum white one. I think that one looks really nice and really clean. And then you also got the hyper pink, which I think would also be popular. But overall it's a nice silhouette. It's more for sort of lifestyle rather than running in my opinion, but it's just a cool looking silhouette. And then also from Nike we've got the Book One Valley. This is inspired by desert sand. And I believe when Devin Booker was kind of playing in the NBA for one of the teams in NBA, so one of those sort of sneakers that it's got a loosely sort of thread of storytelling, which a lot of the Book ones do have, but I think the Book ones in general have some really nice colorways. And also we have the New Balance Allerdale, and this one's got a Sierra with black coffee, which is basically the same as the brown leather version, but being a suede color, suede material, sorry. And overall another one which I haven't, basically went out and grabbed these because they're more shoe-like and just feel like they won't be, that nice in terms of wear. So that's why I haven't picked them up. I just don't really like wearing shoes, in all honesty. And then also we have the Travis Scott Nike Zoomfield Jaxx Leche Blue. This kind of came out from nowhere and kind of is releasing in the next few days, so the 16th of May. I'm not going for these because I'm not that much of a fan of them, and I think if I did want a pair I could probably pick them up for retail. I'd rather try a pair of Jumpman Jaxx over these. And also from Kith we got the New Balance 2010. I think this is, I believe, the second colorway for the 2010. There's going to be quite a few different colorways, and it's overall a cool silhouette. It's just one of those ones where I feel like there's other New Balance silhouettes I'd rather own versus this one, but not to say it's not nice. It is a cool silhouette. It's just my preference really. But people who are on the market for a slightly more sort of chunky sneaker or sort of mid-tier pricing, you can't go wrong with a pair of these. They are nice, so don't get me wrong. And then also you have the New Balance 475 Auralee. I think this has got two different colorways. One is this beige colorway, and then there's another one as well, which I think both look fine. Very kind of just sort of regular stuff really. I think the one with the Vault colorway does look a bit more enticing, I guess, and a bit more out there. And then also we have the Asics Cecilia bahnsen Gel Kayano 20, another one of those sort of flowery sneakers aimed at women really, but the Kayano 20 is supposed to be really nice on foot. I've never tried them, but obviously I won't be looking to grab these pairs even if I did. And then also something which has been getting good reviews, the Air Jordan 3 Seoul 2.0. I'm not going for these personally. I've just got kind of a bit of Jordan 3 fatigue. In all honesty, I do like the silhouettes, but I'm kind of good with the silhouettes that I have with the Jordan 3s. And this one, it's got supposed to have really nice material on there, which I think, you know, it does the job. I think if it was any other year, you know, a few years down the line, I probably would have, you know, maybe copped them. But I've just got, I think, like I said, I've got quite a few of the OG colorways, and I'm kind of happy with that. And we've also got the Swarovski Air Jordan 1 Low OG stuff. I actually like these. I think they look nice. I think the problem is obviously the price. I think kind of near the £1,000 mark, or $1,000. Just overly priced really, but then that's kind of what they are, and they'll probably be limited numbers as well, mainly for the rich. And then also we have the Air Jordan 12 Melo. I do like this silhouette, and overall it's clean, you know, kind of UNC colorways, and worn by Anthony Melo back in the day. So I think these will be quite popular as well, and knowing Nike or Jordan brand, they'll be quite limited as well, I imagine. And then also we've got another AE1 Low, which is the metallic grey. I found the more I sort of wore these, the more they kind of felt a bit too sort of firm on foot, and they kind of sloped down somewhat. And just overall, I think, you know, they're pretty good to wear. Like for basketball, I'm sure they're fine, but I just think for leisure wear or casual wear, just felt like, you know, I'm kind of gravitate more towards other sneakers. I just tend to find these ones, you know, more sort of basketball orientated, really, not really for lifestyle. But that's just me. But overall, you know, they're still clean. I like the price. I like, you know, the amount of tech that they have in there. It's just found that I'm just not wearing them as much as I thought I would.